Kia ora.
G'day.
You go.
We are Cup of Tea and a Yarn. Welcome to Cup of Tea and a Yarn. We're a podcast where we talk about knitting and fibre and all sorts of different yarn-related crafts.
Spinning.
Yeah.
Weaving.
Weaving, yes, we do that now too. I'm Kylie, I'm Crafty Mama on Instagram and Ravelry.
I'm Jill, I'm Tea and a Yarn on Instagram and Ravelry.
And apologies for the snoring dog.
Snoring dog, and I think we might be a bit conky. Oh, there we go.
Does that help? Or is it that way? Oh well, we're a bit haphazard today.
We are a little bit haphazard.
Yeah. But we're in person.
Yes.
And we're not at an event. We're just hanging out in Auckland.
Like in real life. Just, yeah, it's nice.
It is nice.
Yeah.
Life has been really busy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Has been really
so
busy.
It's actually kind of, today I'm home by myself. Well, Jill's here now. But yeah, I was just like sitting at home this morning going, oh my God, when was the last time I was at home by myself without children or family around? And I think it was before I went to Australia.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's a long time.
Yeah, so.
I feel like I should be more energized because I had a week off. Like the week before last.
You had a pretty busy time away though.
Busy time away,
Yeah.
then it feels like it was like months ago.
Yeah.
We had a holiday because it's been so busy back at work.
Yeah.
And life and stuff, yeah.
I felt like my weekend away at Fibre Ed was a holiday though.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Even though it was busy and, you know, it's not like I didn't get any sleep-ins because we had to be out very early. Well, we had to be in class at 9.
Yeah.
So yes, you did. Thank you so much for that. That was brilliant. But we just like, we went out at night and we just had fun and just sat around and had, I think every day we were away, we sat in our, I'd call it a hotel, but it was an Airbnb. So it was just like a townhouse. We just sat up in the living room at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, drinking wine and knitting or spinning. And it was just fantastic. It was really, refreshing more than, rejuvenating, just mentally refreshing, I think. Yeah.
I had last weekend at Fibretron.
Yeah.
So I was helping Julie out, Julie from Wool on Wheels.
Yep.
And it's a whole day on my feet, which I'm not used to, but it was so much fun. It was lovely to meet people, and you know, it's like one of those places that you never ever would normally walk up to a stranger and go, "Oh,
yeah,
what are you wearing?"
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that.
You would have seen some pretty cool clothing.
Did.
And shawls.
Yes, I've got a few extras on my to-do list now. Definitely, yeah.
I was a bit sad to not make it to Fibretron, but like I was initially like, oh, I can't go to Fibretron, and it was because I had my parents still here and I'd abandoned them to go to Fibre Ed the previous weekend, so it would have been bad form. But it was actually in a lot of ways refreshing not to, because we've had so many events lately, which is wonderful.
A few in a row, eh?
Yeah. And we actually, instead, I took my parents up to a place called the Lavender Farm here, and we sat in a lovely room with the sun beating in, and it had been such a awful 2 weeks in terms of weather. Mum and Dad were like, oh, this is the first time we've been warm the whole time we've been in New Zealand. So yeah, and the kids went and played, and it was actually really nice. So I'm glad I didn't go, but sometimes you got to make those choices.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, dear me.
So I spy a new shawl behind you, Jill.
I finished something. I actually finished 2 quite big things.
Oh right, awesome.
So I finished a blanket for my sister, which she's already got, so I can't show it to you, but I showed it the start of it quite a few months ago.
Yes.
Yeah, so I finished that, and my sister's kind of picky. Like when I said to her that I was making her something for her birthday, it's a big number birthday, she goes, oh, is it knitting?
Oh. Oh my goodness! Oh,
I think we've had some fails with a pair of socks.
oh! I do remember you talking about the socks. Yeah.
I have knitted her a shawl that she loves, and also a hat that she loves.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think she knew that there'd be anything other past that. So
Jumper, maybe.
Yeah.
She might have been thinking a jumper.
Maybe. Anyway.
But she loved the blanket.
She loves it, and
Excellent.
it's pride of place.
Oh, that's so
And I got
awesome.
an extra thank you hug this morning.
Oh, that's awesome.
So she did love it, which was great.
Yeah.
So that was quite a big finish for me.
Yep.
And then my other big finish is my also I can't remember what it's called, Scrappy Triangle or something.
Scrappy Triangle, yeah. I think that's what it's called. It's so cool.
It's a Stephen West pattern.
Yeah.
I love these.
The holes are awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I love that like you put more at the bottom.
Yeah.
As well, like, to make it go wavy. I could have done another row of those because he said 2 or 3, but I got bored.
Yeah, fair
Had
enough.
enough. I thought
It's big enough too.
I thought I'd done
it would
quite
have
well.
been a real schlanket if you had kept going.
So I didn't quite follow his pattern because he suggests changing in specific, like for each of, I don't know, so many sections.
Probably changing with each like holy
something
bit.
like that, or maybe 2 holes.
I really like it though.
But it's just on my scraps.
Yeah.
I just made a magic ball and off I went.
So you didn't even like change it?
Did I? Sometimes I did and sometimes I didn't.
Okay, yeah.
And because I picked this up and put this down quite a lot, I kind of forgot what I had started doing.
I think this is my favourite. I like this one.
So that's the sparkles.
It's got sparkles.
That one is... Oh my gosh. Oh, Ashley's.
Yeah, I was thinking it looked like Ashley. Yeah. Oh, what is her name? I know her name is Ashley, but what is her dye name?
Oh,
I've got some of her.
I bought some.
Oh, excellent.
The other day.
Not in tie. Sorry, Ashley. We remember your name though.
Yeah, so that's some of Ashley's not in tie.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So grungy.
Yeah.
Was it like Grunge Rainbow or something?
No,
That's
it was
what
just
it's called.
I don't know. Oh, I don't even.
Don't know what it was called.
No.
Anyway, it's awesome.
Yeah. So this is my finished, and I also, as I was going, and this is quite a stark contrast when I started the purpley.
I think it looks like
I like
a border.
Yeah.
You know, it's really come out like a border.
Yeah. And then I did try and do grey of different sorts as like a constant throughout, apart from at the end where I ran out.
Yes, I see there are different greys.
Yeah.
Oh, you've done well. You ended up with like a bluey colour.
A blue, yeah.
Which is a kind of grey.
Yeah.
Looks great.
But I thought that's again another little border. A border and a border.
A border and a border. No, I think it definitely looks like an intentional border.
Yeah. I'm quite impressed with my little bit of planning that I did do. Good. That it kind of worked.
Yeah, no, it works well.
And I was also umming and ahhing whether I'd like it.
Too.
I love it.
Yeah, it's really soft and squishy.
It's become my new favourite shawl.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love a new favourite shawl.
Yeah.
This is my new favourite. I was wearing this last week too.
I've been wearing it since I finished it.
Oh, there you go. New favourite.
New favourite.
I love it. I actually was wearing this at work the other day, and someone, he's not a native New Zealander. He's from the Philippines, and he was like, "Oh, did your grandmother make this?" And I'm thinking, I don't know a grandmother that would make this. Like, this is not your grandmother's knitting, you know. And I was like, no, I knit that myself. And he was like, really? Like, yeah, I'm a knitter.
Oh, interesting. Because though, this is not your you say that this is not your grandmother's knitting. We have friends who are grandmothers.
Well, that's true, actually. That's true. Maybe the landscape of your grandmother's knitting
It's changed.
It's changing. Yeah.
I think it's more like maybe not your great grandmother's.
Yeah. Not my great grandmother's knitting. Yeah. It's not traditional, is what I mean to say.
No.
Yeah.
Have you finished something?
I have finished some socks.
Oh, cool. Like these colours.
Yeah, this is really cool. So I've just got one because someone else has.
I've got the
my
other sock locker. Someone else.
It's not the dog. So this is just plain vanilla socks with a fleagle heel. The yarn is Mrs. Peacock's yarn, and the colourway is Peace on Earth. And I purchased this from Lupine over Christmas last year. It was actually Christmas colour, but I really, really love it.
That's cool.
That green is not a colour I normally use, so it was fun to work with some different colours. Yeah, I like that there were 2 pinks. So, and I did the Flegel heel with, I had a mini, so yeah. And I'm glad I had that mini, because here's a really good tip if you're casting off with a mini with Mrs. Peacock's yarn or another indie dyer that does the matching minis for your heels and toes and cuffs. So I actually like to knit the cuffs in the self-striping. I always figure you have enough, but my dog is snoring like crazy here. But I actually ran out of this colour, so I knit to that colour, and then I knit a couple of rows, and I was like, okay, I'll cast off now. And on both of them I ran out, and halfway through I had to switch to the mini, so that was quite, you know, fortuitous.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Good planning.
yes. And your sock?
Yes, I also have. I only
Socks.
have one, but I have another one.
Yeah.
A proof.
Yeah. Proof. Yeah.
one supply. So I finally finished my heel toe do-si-do.
It looks really cool.
Yeah. So I did quite a lot of it, I think, on the drive home.
Right. You were saying you were going to finish it on the way home.
Yes, because I did take it down to New Plymouth.
Yep.
And I kind of guilted myself into finishing it, and I don't know why it took me so long. Because it's not a tough pattern. Like it's a memorable pattern. You can memorize it, and I really I love the effect that it does. Like
it's a feather and fan sort of thing, isn't it? Yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah.
I did it to match the other one. I wish I'd made them a little bit longer.
Oh, okay.
Like up the leg.
You can always pick it up and keep going.
Yeah.
Do you have more yarn?
Yeah. I think though. Did I do that?
Sometimes it's good to have shorter ones and longer ones.
It was a top down.
Ah, I see. You could always pick up if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Unpick it.
You know what? I'm not going to.
No, I know you're not.
It's
as I was saying, you know, it is good to have like longer ones and shorter ones. Yes. So since I got my boots, I've been finding which of my socks are the longer ones.
Yeah.
And I specifically made this quite a bit longer than normal for boot wearing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you just have your different socks for different purposes.
That's right. That's right.
It's like a mid-length sock. It's not a shorty. It's not a longy.
I haven't done my ends yet properly.
How do you possibly sew that tiny little bit in? Crochet hook.
Oh, I think it's already.
Oh, it's already sewed in. You just haven't cut it.
I just haven't cut it.
I've probably got scissors.
If it was top down, so I would have put it in. So there's like I do normally keep like long ends. See.
Ah, okay. There you go. You want to chop that one?
So I've knitted that end in. I just haven't chopped it.
Very good.
I like these scissors.
They're fantastic.
I have a pair too.
Yeah.
I was going to give you my mess. Here you go. I'll do the other one too. Sorry.
Oh, you're still using it. Oh, okay. I'll have your mess. I'll put it back in I'll add it to my jar.
Yeah.
I have a jar.
That's only a tiny bit of mess.
That's okay. That's the perfect size for what I'm doing. It's for the tweed yarn.
There you go. That one's not much.
Oh, that really isn't much. It was like less than a centimetre. Yeah.
Thank you. I just have my toes to do.
Yep. So I've got some other finished stuff here from our fibrette.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Sure, because I made the same to you, but I didn't bring my other one.
Yeah.
My macrame. So here is my macrame. What do you call this thing? Plant hanger thing.
Plant hanger, yeah. I should have thought to get a pot for you to put on it, but yeah, it kind of
goes like that.
You put your pot in here, and it hangs up here, and it's so cool.
So
I think you'll need to make me one.
I'll try not to twist it.
Okay.
So I twisted and yeah. When at the end it was like, oh my god, how do I going to put in pot and that, because all of these things were the wrong way around. But yeah, I just need to do something up here and it's fine.
You could just add a bow.
Yeah. Yeah, something.
I can never see you adding a bow, Jill. It's a creative opportunity anyway.
But yeah, it was really cool.
It is really cool.
I enjoyed I enjoyed the whole process. I really like these wrapped knots.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I enjoyed these wrapped knots so much that when I did my sister's blanket, I made sure to have enough yarn left so I could make big tassels so I could use the wrap knot on them. Looks so good.
Maybe you'll have to show me how to do it.
Tassels, really cool
Wrap knot for a
tassels.
tassel.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something you can teach me while we're away in September.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I only learned 2 knots. Actually, I only learned 1 knot.
I think that's incredible.
1 knot, 2 knots, the wrap knot.
Yeah.
And then this is the same knot. It's just you do either both ends or one end.
That's amazing.
And if you only do on one side, it twists.
It's kind of like knitting, isn't it?
Yeah,
you make everything out of 2 stitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. I really like it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, and it looks really good.
Yeah.
Did you get to choose the colour?
I did.
Oh.
Yeah, she had lots and lots of different colours. So it's a really nice
it's a really nice jade
cotton.
colour. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it, like massive fat cotton?
I think it is.
Is it like a hemp or
8
something?
or 10 ply cotton. I did then immediately go looking at shops. Where could I buy some? But I haven't yet.
Well, one of my classes was t-shirt yarn, making t-shirt yarn, and I have made loads of t-shirt yarn since. We made t-shirt yarn. I think I've got a ball here of it. This is actually a dodgy ball because it's from the stuff she doesn't recommend using, so it's not a good example. But essentially we learned how to take old t-shirts destined for landfill, and
you do the cutting that
you
way,
cut
like
it
that.
so that you cut it in a spiral, and then we crocheted it, and so yeah, it's really cool. I'm really happy with it, and Margaret has enlisted me to teach it as a class at the September retreat.
Cool.
So that's why I think I spent $15 at op shops on the weekend. When you were at Fibertron, I was out op shopping.
Yes.
And I've made a box full already.
Cool.
But yes, so what we did in the class was we learned how to make 1, and then we needed 6 or 7 balls to make sort of that size. So I'm just going to do the same thing when I teach it.
Nice.
And so that was a really cool class. And then the other class we did was Sashiko stitching.
We both did this one.
Yeah, Jill didn't bring hers though.
No. And if I
still
had,
haven't finished mine.
if I had and I held it up against yours would put mine into.
Oh, they're all different.
God.
It's a creative process. So yes, so Sashiko stitching is stitching where you just do a running stitch, and then in this case we went back over to make the crosses.
So it's Sashiko inspired as well.
Sashiko inspired, that's correct. Because
we're not Japanese.
We're not Japanese, yes. And we don't know the origins and like all of the things about it. But the lady who taught it, she's the same lady actually who taught the t-shirt yarn. She's a potter. And yeah, she made these gorgeous little pots for us to put them in. And when I say I haven't finished it, all I have to do is stitch it. I just haven't. Because I'm too busy making t-shirt yarn and spinning.
Yes, I was thinking that if you'd have seen ours together, it kind of also is a good example of how we approach our knitting.
I think, yeah, I think so.
And crafting in general.
I was still stitching up until like the last 10 minutes of the class.
I'd finished 10 minutes before.
Yeah. So
I'm a bit ripshit and bust, really.
Yeah. But I was your needle threader.
You were.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have different skills. So that was a really fun class.
It was fun.
And the other class that I did, which we had our little video after this class.
That's right. Yes. I showed you my wire.
Your jellyfish, yeah. So mine was the freeform knitting, and so I've done a wee bit more of that, and I've done another bit which I haven't stitched on, and I actually was meant to have this finished today for my daughter's birthday because it's going to be a little handbag for her.
Nice.
How does it go? I had it. I think that's going to go on top or something. I don't know. Anyway, it'll be stitched on when it's stitched on. That's the beauty of it, that it's kind of just, you do whatever and then it all works out in the end.
Really cool.
Yes, so not quite finished but nearly there with that. But yeah, that's kind of all the knitting I've been doing. I haven't been knitting much.
I've got some in progressy things.
Oh yeah, I've got a couple in progress, but I haven't finished anything else, just socks.
Just don't ask me what the patterns are.
Okay, I won't.
Because I've forgotten.
I'll look them up on Ravelry and I'll link it in the show notes. Because that's my superpower.
This one. Have I shown you this one?
Oh yes, this is fantastic. I love it. I think you had you started this at Fibre Ed?
Yes. I had, but maybe I hadn't. You hadn't. I love this. It's so soft.
Or maybe you just sent a photo.
Have I showed you this already? Maybe. I haven't done very much on it for a wee while.
This yarn is so well suited to this. You're very good at choosing like the right yarn for the right part of a project, I think. So
thanks, Kylie.
yeah,
I'll take that
yeah,
compliment.
you are. I think you're a bit more restrained than me.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
Oh,
like,
wow.
but I think that's like, again, it's like how we approach. Whereas I just throw all the colours at everything. Whereas you're able to go, this is an amazing yarn. We can't throw another crazy yarn against it, and I'm learning that very slowly.
So the beautifully colourful yarn is a purple sprouting one, and the other called Meadow Mornings.
Meadow Mornings.
And the other one is a Lost Thing, but it's a touch one with the P word in it.
Oh, with possums who were
Killed for their fur.
already. No, they wouldn't have been killed for their fur.
Yeah.
They were sick possums.
Oh, I think it's so annoying.
Yeah.
That possum fibre is so light and warm.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Because I don't like that they have to be dead.
Do they have to be dead
Yeah.
though? Oh, okay. Sometimes ignorance is bliss.
Anyway, that's the something or other. No, I don't know.
It's some sort of popcorn something. It's a shawl anyway.
It's a shawl.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Studs, I think it's called. There we go. Studs.
Neat.
Yeah.
Really cool.
I like it.
Is it a Martina Bem?
No, it's some English designer.
Because it kind of looks a bit Martina Bemish.
It is, yeah. But no, it's an English.
It's the shape, I think. That's her. She loves that boomerang.
Welsh. Maybe I have to say British. It's a British designer.
It's some designer from over that way.
From somewhere in the United Kingdom.
Right. Excellent. Because you don't want to confuse a British, a Welsh and a
English.
Brit.
Oh
English.
gosh, no.
Yeah. No, that's really cool.
So it's a bit. This one's a bit slow going. It might pick up now. I finish my other one.
Yep.
Yeah. I have realised I've stopped in the middle of a popcorny row as well.
How can you stop in the middle of a row?
I just do.
I never stop in the middle of the row. Even at work, when I'm knitting on my socks in my lunchtime, I'm like, I have to finish my row.
This. Oh shit. Sorry, excuse me. My languaging is a scarf, which I'm just turning the right side round so you can see it.
Oh, while you pick that up, I'm knitting some socks. Very basic vanilla socks for my son. And it's just an opal yarn.
It's a really pretty one.
It's really cool. So he likes green. And I just grabbed this from my stash to take down to Fibre Ed the weekend we were away. I was like, what if I finish the socks I'm already on? I was on the foot going up. I don't know how I possibly would have, but
you have to be prepared.
That's right. So I grabbed this, and so then when I finished those other ones, I was like, well, I've already got this picked, so straight into it.
I really like the colours.
It's one of those animal ones. Again, I got this from Lupine. I know that because I just looked it up on Ravelry. And it's actually knitting up with a bit of a pattern in the purple bit. It's like a diagonal. I love how surprising Opal is in that way. You sort of don't really know what to expect. And it's cheap and cheerful, and it can go in the washing machine, which is always good when you're knitting for children, because...
Or adults.
Anyone, really. my husband has thrown socks in the washing machine, and they've come out the other end, and I'm like,
I always
you know better.
put my socks in the washing
Do you?
Yeah.
I just...
always put them in the washing
I just don't.
machine.
I don't know. I just figure I put so much effort into them that I don't want something to accidentally happen. I'm sure it wouldn't. But...
I think what they've gone in once, that's it. They're fine now.
Oh, once they've gone in once, that's fine. I agree. Yeah.
This is a scarf that looks like a sleeve.
It does look like a sleeve.
The more I'm doing it, the more I'm thinking maybe I should just stop and just make a
just
jumper.
make it a jumper. It actually is amazing.
I can't remember.
Have you got enough to make?
No.
Is it scrappy? Or...
It's scrappy. So I've just got some minis, like different greens, and I think it might go to a different dark colour in the middle. And then I've got some pinkies.
You could definitely make that a sleeve. Will it fit on your arm? Have you tried it?
I haven't tried it. But I
It's
think
so cool.
it
It would
would.
definitely fit. I love this green too. Have you got enough of that for the other cuff?
No, that's just scrap.
Oh,
Oh yeah, for the other cuff I have. Yes, somewhere. I put that.
oh
I put that
see?
away.
So at least you could have matching cuffs.
I could have matching cuffs. I have kind of I got enough for that on the other side. Kind of bit.
So this is a scarf, not a
It's a
cowl.
scarf,
Right?
so it just goes on forever.
Just be a sleeve.
Okay.
Will you
be a
make
sleeve.
it like long, like a scarf, or
Yes.
shorter?
I don't know. Well,
Until
you
you get
know.
sick of it.
Yeah. And the
It's
reason
gonna be a cowl, everyone.
Oh my gosh, you do so well.
And she might even rip back this because you don't like how it joins. I think I do know you're knitting now. It's
Now
so
I'm
pretty
speechless.
though.
It is pretty. My thing was, I've got about 6 pairs of socks at the
Right.
moment sitting in my to give away, and I was like, I wanted something different.
Yep.
That was just round and round and round. So it's still round and round and round.
And mitts aren't quite as round and round and round as you think, are they?
No, they take some concentrating.
Especially if you put fingers in them.
Yeah. Yes. I've got a pair, which I'm still contemplating. Oh no, I did. I've got a pair that I put fingers in one hand now.
Yep. And have you put them in the oven?
No. That's why they're not here to show off.
Oh, okay. Bring that in September too, and I'll
Yeah.
finish it for you.
But I did learn, like, from our last discussions, and I haven't magic looped the whole thing. So I've taken them off and I put them on a piece of
That's right.
waste yarn, and I'm using my
Your
the
Addy ones?
yeah, the
the
three
three
needles
bendy
I
ones.
use. Yeah.
So DPN with the bendy bit in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do like it. I think it's really pretty.
It's really cool.
Do I need a scarf? Who knows? But I like it. And it's a nice different, and because it's got that one round of,
It's only one round of pattern, isn't it?
it's 2 rounds.
But
You
isn't
slip the
this
stitch
one
twice.
you just knit a different colour? Oh, it's just twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 2 rounds of one colour, 2 rounds of another colour, and then you slip that
Yep. Twice.
for 2 rounds.
Oh, it's cool. Sammy doesn't think so, but I do.
I'm jealous of Sammy.
I know, right?
I quite love to have a nap now.
But she looks so comfy too. So, oh, you've got one more. I really love that bag.
This is a new purchase.
Oh, there you go.
This is a new purchase from Fibertron.
Ah, In Stitches does
Stitches.
such great bags.
Yeah.
She does the needle nooks too.
Is she?
Yeah. You probably could have gotten a matching needle nook.
Well, I was to tell the truth, I didn't have a lot of shopping time. So I kind of zoomed around in
You
the
were
morning
working.
and I looked at things, and then if those things were still there later, that caught my eye, those I just went back and bought them.
Yep. Wise.
And I'm just doing some socks. Because I've just said I've had enough socks.
I love these. I've got this yarn too sitting there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this was
It was
West-
the Christmas West Yorkshire spinners and knitters.
Yeah,
whatever.
and spinners, West Yorkshire spinners.
Yep. From Eskdale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for Kylie. Oh yeah. Oh, Keithley, sorry. That's where West Yorkshire spinners. Estelle yarns are the ones we bought it from.
Eskdale. They're in Napier.
Yes.
They import the West Yorkshire spinners, then they ship it to us.
Yes.
Yep.
And this was last year's Christmas.
And it came in our Christmas surprise box.
It's glittery.
It is really cool.
Yeah. So I've decided I'm going to make these ones long.
Ooh, all the way up your legs.
As long as they'll go. And I'm thinking, do you have to, well, they'll go as long
You
until I
will
run
have
out.
to increase,
Yes.
for your leg.
But whereabouts?
This is dependent on your leg.
Yeah, because there will be like calf space.
Yep. So my
Yeah.
suggestion would be find a book on the library
That's a good idea.
for longer knit socks.
Yeah.
There's some really good books from the. Are you still part of the Auckland Library?
At the Tauranga.
Tauranga would have it.
They have amazing knitting
Do they?
books. Yeah, they have
Fantastic.
a really good selection. But I wonder if the 52 weeks of socks has got any long socks in. I haven't looked.
Maybe, but yeah, any long sock you can just kind of use it as a recipe.
Yeah.
I believe pretty much where you normally start increasing. Normally where you cast off or where you go to your ribbing,
Would be those.
is where you start increasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whether or not you want to just rib all the way up your legs or not,
Yeah. Oh.
because that's
That's a
another
stretch.
option,
Yeah.
you'd still have to increase.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Yeah. So
You could just get a bigger needle.
yep, you could do that. Yep, that would work. It would be a bit gappy, bit gappier. What size do you normally knit with?
225.
225. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be all right. Go up to 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
So go to the cuff where you would go to where you would normally go to a cuff. Switch to larger needles. I would just keep trying it on as you go too.
What's going to be really sad is if I get 3/4 and I run out of yarn.
Well, then it becomes a fold over.
Yeah.
So.
And you know what else is really sad is, and I don't know if it's because of or I don't think there's two different reasons for this. My socks that I've been making are no longer as wide,
Oh, you've gotten to be a tighter knitter.
or my feet have got fat.
Nah, I reckon you're tightening up.
I think so too.
Because I now knit on a 2.5. I'm quite a tight knitter.
Yeah.
So,
Because I know that I've always been a really loose knitter, and I have noticed things are like when I've been making things that I would normally say, oh yeah, that needle for that yarn, for that kind of pretend gauge thing that I don't do.
yep.
Then things are getting to be a bit different in
A
their
bit more snug and
in their flowiness.
So the other thing with that is that I have a ball of that. So if you get 3/4 of your way up your legs and you run out,
We could just swap of
I
something.
could definitely send it to you or whatever. And because I only ever use 60% of a sock ball anyway. So
You might see my long socks and think they're so cool though and want them yourself.
well, then I can do it with another lot of socks. I actually have some long socks that go all the way up, and the cuff on it is only this long, and it's not long enough. So I can tell you that you need a much longer cuff.
Yeah.
You pretty much, you know how your calves go, well, I mean, we're getting really technical now and possibly into no man's land with calf design, but your calves do tend to increase to a point
Yes.
and then stay that size up to your knee. If anything, then they decrease a bit.
Yeah.
So
I was feeling my leg.
yeah. I discovered this when I knit it. So what I would recommend is knit is as soon as you hit that sort of maximum width,
Keep that.
that's where you want to start your ribbing,
Okay.
which is really about
yes.
here,
Yeah.
not
Because
here.
then it will suck in.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what you want. Whew. So that's from experience, and I got a full double set out of 100 grams.
Okay.
So,
Oh, okay.
so I think you'll be okay.
Might be.
But if not, you've got backup.
And, you know, I might just give up halfway.
You might just decide to make normal socks, but that would be so sad, Jill. They're sparkly.
They are sparkly and they're quite cool.
But even a 3/4 sock
Yeah.
is kind of cool too. Again, there's that length.
If I did a 3/4 sock, you wouldn't be able to know it wasn't a full length under my dresses anyway.
This is true.
My dresses, you know, come down to just above my ankle.
Do you wear dresses that just go to your knees? No, well then,
Not
it's a
anymore.
comfort thing then.
I decided that this was a style decision when I hit my 50s that
Right,
my personal choice is not to.
right.
Yeah, and it's more about the bending over.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't bend.
You've learnt from...
Well, I don't bend over like a lady.
Yeah.
I don't crouch.
None of us do.
But, you know, I don't crouch. I bend.
No one bends like they're meant to, right? All those bend before you pick up a box. Who actually does that? And I'm like big in OH&S at work and stuff, and I'm like, no one's ever going to do that. You need to design it so that you don't actually ever have to do that action, is where I've come out about that.
Also could be my mother. Influence telling me not to show my knickers off all the time when I bend over.
Have you got a fresh pair of underwear? Because if you get hit by a bus... Did you used to get that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need fresh undies in case you get hit by a bus,
That's
people.
right.
Surely there's bigger issues
I
there.
think so.
Anyway, so it's been fibre...
Ed.
since... there.
Fibretron. No.
No, the race. Tour de
Fleece.
Tour de Fleece. It's
Yeah.
been Tour de Fleece this July.
Yeah, you're doing really well.
I've done quite well. I'm very impressed with myself. This is why I've done bugger all knitting, because I've been we're allowed to say that in New Zealand. Sorry, I probably should watch myself saying that word, because in Australia that's quite offensive.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Do you remember the ad?
The bugger ad.
The bugger ad. That got taken off
in Australia. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it has quite significant connotations, which I'm not going to go into on this podcast, but I'm conscious of the fact that in other parts of the world it might be like Australia.
Oh, okay.
And we probably have Australian viewers as well, so apologies. But in New Zealand we're not that sensitive. There's cafes named it and all sorts of things, so apologies. So yes, I've been doing very little knitting.
Yes.
I've been doing lots of spinning. So I started, I think the podcast before we were at Fibre Ed was the first day of Tour de Fleece.
Yes.
And I'd hurt my ankle.
That's right.
And then we had the discussion, and I decided that I could definitely get my nano out.
Yes.
So I did. And the first thing I spun was this. And this is from Fibre to Go. That's Lynn's gorgeous fibre. It's called Special Fibre. That's what it was called. It's 60% black merino, 40% silk, and the silk is what has the colour, and it's just spectacular. Yeah. So I can actually show you what this sort of looks like, because I did purchase some more because I had just finished spinning this when I got to Fibre Ed. So this is the dog's having a little stretch. This is what it looks like in the what do we call this? In the plait? Plait? I don't know. Sorry everyone. But that's just with purples and pinks.
Yes.
So this one had the greens, a couple of different shades of green and the purple. So I just thought, how good will that be together? And I chain plied it on my nano.
Nice.
So very happy with that. It's come out at a nice fingering weight. I haven't washed it yet. I haven't washed any of it yet. Be too busy. And then my next spin on my nano was a skein. What are we calling these? A braid. That's what it's called. A braid of fibre that I got from Bendigo in 2018.
Right.
So it was the year before I moved over, and I'd only just started spinning on a wheel. I was drop spindling at the time. Someone had gifted me a wheel, and I actually never spun on that wheel in Australia. It wasn't until I came here and went to spinning that I actually started spinning. And so I bought this beautiful braid. It's blue face Leicester and nylon, so it's a soft blend. Yeah. Beautiful soft blend. Sorry, I should show it. And it's actually a rainbow at one end,
so cool.
And black at the other. It's called Dark Side of the Moon.
Brilliant. Are you going to make socks?
I am going to make socks, yeah. And I split the braid so that it is actually like half black, and then the rainbow at the top. So it's actually a gradient.
Wow,
it's
like
really exciting.
Yeah.
To show you how fabulous. Yeah. So it's
cool.
It starts off stripy and then goes into the black.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, because I was doing it on my nano.
Oh yeah.
But so that's a 2-ply.
Yeah.
That's nice. I'm still a bit rough and ready when it comes to. Oh, I did it from the fold. That's why. So spinning from the fold is a lot loftier. These will produce a really warm pair of socks. But yeah, it can poof up in spots. So still a bit. So yes, you can see it starts out the red with the two together. And then as you get over to the purple, it gets a bit muddier, but that's okay.
Cool.
I could have done it, chain plied it to keep the colours together, but I didn't want to. So yeah.
Cool.
Really happy with that. So it's only one sock.
Oh. Yeah.
I've got another sock to spin.
Oh, okay.
I could spin it, knit one sock, then spin the second sock and knit another sock. But no, I got my wheel out. So as soon as I got my wheel out, I stopped spinning on my nano.
Oh, of course, yes.
So on my wheel, I wanted to start on some art yarn, but I already had something on my wheel to ply. So that's I plied that. Well, I did have to finish it and then ply it. Yeah. So it's not
very pretty.
Yeah. That was my combo spin from last winter when I was knitting that test knit jumper, which I still haven't staked. But I will when I'm ready.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of this left.
That's really cool.
I reckon I've got probably 400 meters total left, 500 meters left. So yeah, I don't know. Scarlett has been eyeing it off, so maybe I'll make a little something for her. I don't know, I feel like I always have plans to knit stuff for her and it never eventuates. What else? Oh yes, so then I started on my art yarn spinning, and I have this fabulous fibre. It is Corridale, and it's actually a rainbow.
That's cool.
But the problem is when you've got a rainbow, when you spin it like normally, it ends up quite muddy.
Yeah.
So I dug out a book. There you go. I dug out a book from Susie Brown and Arlene Thayer called The Big Book of Rainbows, The Big Book of Fibery Rainbows. And one of her techniques in here is to do a micro colour change yarn. So you actually core spin and try and keep it all together.
Yeah.
So, firstly I attempted that. I had them here. And it was this is the very first time I've ever done art yarn spinning, and it kept breaking. But it's fabulous. Look at that. Really, really happy with it. Obviously some are better than others, but yeah, it kept breaking and I was a wee bit disappointed.
It looks really cool.
I know. I'm really happy with it. I say I was disappointed, but I'm really, really happy. Like, I spun a rainbow.
Yeah.
And then I slept on it, and I got up the next morning, and I remembered this that we purchased together. I'm just going to pull the
Fibre
at Fibre Ed from Starcrest Farm down in the South Island. It's Polworth and silk, and it's a gorgeous grey,
beautiful.
and it really just, the handle on it is amazing. It did feel like a bit of a waste to do this, but it's only a waste if you think it's a waste. So I decided this was not a waste.
It's still attached.
I'm still going, so it's still attached. And so I'm core spinning on some mohair, which is still attached. Just get rid of the mohair. Oh, come on. Right, anyway it is. So I'm core spinning on some mohair, and then every now and again I add a rainbow.
Nice.
So it's like clouds and then a rainbow. Jeremy thought that was very, very sappy and disgusting.
It's artistic, tell him.
I told him it was artistic, and he laughed harder. So, yes, that's what I've been.
That's
What I'm working on now, and I'm going to ply that with some sparkly thread. Just some fabulous rainbowy sparkly thread that I found.
Nice.
It's actually art silk embroidery thread, so it's got silk in it.
Cool. You like been spinning up a storm?
I have. I've been spinning up a rainbow.
Oh, yeah,
Well, a metaphorical
storm.
Actual storm? I don't know. But yes, so it's very exciting. I'm really back into my spinning.
That's very cool.
Which I haven't been in a very long time.
I've spun when we were at Fibre Ed, I bought from Lynn the Corridale.
Yes.
I've spun that.
Have you?
Yeah, it's
All that?
sitting on my wheel.
Wow.
I haven't plied it yet.
All right, yeah.
I really like it. It's something that I wouldn't normally have those dark, moody colours, but it was quite a dark, moody thing. So yeah, I haven't done anything else though because I've been finishing my knitting.
So you've been knitting and I've been spinning. It's like complete reversal.
It is.
Yeah.
I did buy some more from her at Fibretron.
Yep.
Because where I was standing.
Were you next to her?
No, but she was just there in my eyesight, and she had these beautiful turquoises just thrown over the top casually. So and I think it's the merino quite heavy silk mix that she
the
has.
60 silk.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You'll
I was
love
just like,
it.
wow, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
So I just went and bought it.
Well done.
Thanks.
Did you get anything else at Fibretron? Oh, please show.
So
Please show.
obviously my fabulous
Oh,
bag.
your bag is awesome. I love that. I love a good fabric though.
And I bought 3. Now I've got 2 skeins of yarn, and then I was paid in yarn.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah. So I got this one caught my eye, and it's not. I don't know if it's because I'm knitting green and pink at the moment in my sleeve scarf, or
That could be part of the body.
it's now becoming a jersey. Could. Yeah, I've probably got something. Oh, I wonder if I could make a jersey out of my sleeve scarf. Anyway.
The sleeves won't match, but you can handle
I could
that.
start that if I started the other sleeve now, and then it would be almost matchy, but not quite. Would I do that slip stitch all over the body as well?
I wouldn't. I would do it over the yoke.
Oh, and then just
have a plain body, like that.
Or I could just do arms, yoke, arm, and no body. And like one of those little pop-ons.
Yep. What did they were really cool in the 90s.
They were, yeah.
And they used to be like twisted here.
Yeah.
Or a little button or something.
Yeah. Like a shrug.
Shrug, that's what they were called.
Yes.
Shrugs were all the rage.
Yes.
Just sleeves,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
No, that's really pretty.
Yeah.
What's
So,
it called?
It is called, I don't even know, like a
K-bars.
K-bars.
Oh, as in like a Kellogg's bar?
No, K-bars, the things you eat, like chewy things.
I don't know.
Are they like fruity things?
Like a fruity licorice type thing.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I'm
That
not
makes
sure.
more sense.
It's got a little purple bit, it's got a little purple bit, a little splash of something there. It's pretty.
Mm.
And then I also got this one from Moonrise Yarn Company.
Mm. Vintage coat natty.
You've got
That-
surprise. I can't even see it.
Vatty.
Vintage.
Coat natty or something. Natty V or I don't know.
It's pretty. Whatever it is, it's pretty.
And it's just got, it's that resist dye,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And I have got, you know, my green jersey
Yeah.
with the pink bits in.
Yeah.
Of hers. Do you know what I did with that jersey?
You frogged it.
I did. So
You could make something else with it.
I could make something. I felt like I wasn't getting enough wear out of it.
Fair enough.
So, and I love the yarn.
Yep.
So I wanted to be able to make something that I would wear a lot. So
Yep.
yeah, I frogged it.
Good on you.
And I've got the yarn to sit and do something with. Anyway, so I got that one. And it's really such a beautiful colour.
It is really
It's
beautiful.
matching my nails at the moment.
It does.
Yeah.
You had something else that was teal. Oh, your macrame.
Oh, teal must have been the
Teal
colour at the
and
time.
green and pink. And your
And
colours right now.
purple.
Oh, that is beautiful.
And
Is that
this-
done knit?
No.
Oh.
This is dye stock
Oh,
yarn.
dye stock yarns.
And it's lace weight.
Mm.
So this was what I chose from
From Wool on Wheels.
from Wool on
Julie.
Wheels. Yeah. As my payment for my day's work.
Pretty. I'd be happy to be paid
It's so
in yarn.
beautiful. Look at it. And I thought it was quite, when I first looked at it, because I was looking at this side, and I picked this in the morning, and then it just happened to still be there in the
Lucky.
afternoon. It's kind of, some of it's kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I felt like it was fat, thin yarn.
Oh, like thick and thin.
No, fat lace yarn.
Oh, so it's more
I
like a
thought-
3-ply.
Well, I thought so, but actually maybe it's not, because it is quite thin.
Now, I watched a Knit Stars last night with Stephen West, and it was how to make fat yarn from thin yarn.
Oh,
You just never apply it as you knit it.
Oh,
So if you wanted that to be fat,
okay.
you can do that.
I don't.
But you could also hold it double with something else and it'll be amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be beautiful,
It's,
ranunculus.
oh,
What were you going to do?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I've been
But it's kind of
Googling.
it's kind of hard to see the colours. Oh, that's good colouring. It's really, my dog is ridiculous. Honestly, I'm tempted to throw
The
something
colours
at
are
her.
gorgeous, eh?
They are. There's kind of 3 main colours, but
Yeah.
then maybe 4.
So it's
Maybe
BFL Silk and Lace. Silk. So she did have some. I didn't know that actually the dye was there. The dye was there as well.
Yeah, she would have been.
And
yeah.
I went and had a look, and because I was questioning whether it was really lace yarn. I was like, I'm sure I've seen some of your yarn that says lace and it doesn't look like lace. So she came over quickly to see if it was labelled incorrectly, but it wasn't. I just was wrong.
How many metres is it? Oh yeah, 800 metres in 100 grams. That's proper lace. Yeah.
And she'd knitted some of it up, and it's, oh my gosh, it feels beautiful. So the blue face Leicester and silk, gorgeous. So I did those 2 yarn purchases, was given yarn and got some fibre in my bag.
Well done. Very restrained.
I thought so.
Well, we went a bit nuts at Fibre Ed, to be fair.
That's right.
I came home very proud of myself because I only bought 1 skein of yarn. But I bought a lot of fibre.
didn't bring any of my fibroid purchases.
I've got a few here. I've already started with that other one. Where is my one skein? Is my dog ridiculous or what?
Really loud.
She's actually... I'm going to throw a pillow at her.
No, leave her alone.
Wake up. Yeah, you.
You're a snorer.
She is.
Good for
I know
you.
where it is. Yeah, here it is. Because I was tempting... I was at... I'm getting the dirtiest look right now.
Yeah.
Dog, what do you want?
Why did you wake me?
Yeah. So I got this skein from Lynn, Fibre to Go. It's called Fluoro Fiesta.
It's very cool.
That is destined to become mitts, I think. Yeah,
Nice.
it's so pretty. Or a hat. I think mitts I'll wear more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's DK. It doesn't look like DK,
No.
but I think she was saying that
It's a
excuse me,
twister.
she twists them really hard. So yeah.
It's really
It is
pretty.
plumper here where it's a
Yeah.
bit not as twisted. What else did I get? I got a couple of
Oh, yeah,
Rolex. One has silk and one doesn't. I didn't realise that. She told me that after I bought it, which is fine, but I don't know what I'll do with them, but they're just so purple and fluffy and nice. I'll spin them, obviously. But...
The colour looks like the marshmallows puffs you eat.
Oh, yeah. What else did I get? I got some Gotland silk. This is from Weather Walls. That other one was from Weather Walls as well. So yeah, some Gotland, and it's
I really like that.
it's so moody. It's really nice. So it goes from like a dark purpley blue colour to a reddy purple. Kind of spans the whole purple range, doesn't it?
does.
Actually. So yeah, I tried to get some different blends because some different sheep basically. So I've got the Polworth, which I've been spinning with. Love the Polworth. This is probably going to be next on my to spin list. And the other thing I got was from, do we remember what this lady's business name was? It doesn't matter because you can't find her online. She just goes to things down in the South Island, and I believe she does sell some of her stuff at one of the shops in Christchurch.
Okay.
Not sure, but I got these.
We liked her anyway.
Yeah, she was amazing. Snap.
What?
Matches
Oh, yeah.
this.
And your purples?
And I was wearing this when I bought it, so
And your other purples would match it?
it would, yeah. Themes. So yeah, so there's actually 3 different coloured greens here. So
But they're all got the same, in the same family.
they're all similar, they're all the same content, so when I do spin them, it will be one project, and I'll just combo spin it.
Cool.
I'll just break it all up and chuck it in and mix it all up and just pull it out as it goes.
I really like it. It's a very cool colour.
Yeah, so I'm glad I know how to combo spin.
It's got a little bit of red.
Yeah, those two do. Those two are more yellow, and they've got just a wee bit of red. They're kind of more autumnal, whereas these are more spring.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's quite...
Spanning the year.
Yeah. And of course, I had my son in mind when I did purchase these, and he came home and he was like, "Oh my God, Mum, that's the prettiest fibre you've ever bought." Yes, darling, it's for you. It felt like a lot more.
I got fibre from the same place, and also the same place as you got your Romney
Polworth.
The
Polworth silk.
Polworth
Yeah, we
silk,
both bought a
yes.
bag of that. I'm kicking myself for not buying more. It is
Yeah.
spectacular.
And I purchased yarn from Purple Sprouting.
Yep.
I think we showed that off, what it would look at.
Yeah.
And it up. And yeah. Oh, I did buy something else at Fibretron.
What was it?
I did bring it with me.
You'll have to show us next time.
You know the unique.
Oh,
silk yarn.
unique. Yeah.
Maybe I'll make. I think those are long sock yarn.
Oh, they would be amazing. Yes.
And it was like such a big treat. It's like,
yeah,
because
it is an expensive yarn.
it's like
$40-something for self-striping yarn, but
Yes.
it's amazing. Yes, that needs to be knee highs.
Maybe I'll make those knee highs. Okay.
You could practice with
I
this one.
could practice.
Get the fit perfect,
Yeah.
because you don't want to get the fit wrong with those unique
No,
ones.
no.
I think that's what you need to do.
Okay.
Commit.
Yes.
Say, I'm going to make knee-high socks with my unique, but I'm going to practice with the
That's right.
we're still showing
Actually,
ones.
what I'm going to practice with these ones is a heel flap and gusset from the toe up.
Yep.
Which I've never done. I've done it from the top down.
You probably need to start about now.
Yeah, I kind of thought
Yeah.
that. As I was going this afternoon, or this morning in my meetings. Yeah, I've never done it that way.
So you've done it top down and you've got perfect fitting socks already.
Yes.
So what you can do is you can actually lay the ones that you're knitting right now on top of
see.
that and
Yeah.
see where the decreases end,
Yeah.
and that's where your increases should start.
Yeah. And that's really good and very, very Kylie. Why wouldn't it not work for me?
It'll work perfect.
No, but why wouldn't it?
It will work perfectly. You should try the flipple heel.
Shall I tell you why it won't look perfectly for me?
Why?
Because when I'm decreasing top down, I forget sometimes and
Oh,
do it
do
2 or 3 times in a row and then don't do it for a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then maybe it won't work.
My decreasing's never even.
Maybe get a few out and find sort of the average. Go with the odds.
It's the same when I toe up, and my toes are never the same.
Really?
Never the same.
Wow. I find that stunning. I guess, yeah, I'm quite meticulous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very similar to our Sashiko embroidery.
I did post a picture of that on my Instagram if you want to check it out.
Mine. Oh, ours together.
Ours, yeah. But no, because you have to increase sort of here-ish.
Yeah, so I'm about ready.
Yeah. So
you've
you could
woke-
try
woken
this
up,
on.
Now she wants to do stuff.
I've woken her up, so now she wants hugs. All right.
Oh,
It's time to
excited.
play.
Yeah.
Oh, it probably is time to say goodbye. Sammy's telling us.
Yeah, she's going to knock the camera over.
Come on.
Oh.
She's come up.
There
This
we
is
go.
the snorer.
For such a big noise, you're such a little thing.
She is such a little thing.
Yeah.
Sweetest little thing in the world, aren't you? Yes. Mwah, Mummy loves you. And you're not spot rotten at all. Off you go. You said hello.
Okay. Shall we go then?
Yes, we shall.
Oh, well, I don't need cuddles now.
Kaki tay.
Kaki